Alright, it's Henry again, and as you can see in front of you, this is the Master Grade Sinanju. Now, a lot of you might be asking, don't you already have a Master Grade Sinanju? And the answer is yes, but this isn't the first time I've bought a second copy of a kit, simply because I wanted to take another crack at it, and it probably won't be the last time either. So anyway, the first time I got a Master Grade Sinanju, I never did a unboxing video, because that was before I did unboxing videos. So this is a Ver.Ka, so you got the standard Kotoki box art, white background with a CGI image of the mobile suit on the front. Very nice looking Sinanju down here. This kit was released just in time for Christmas in 2008. And let's continue on with the rest of the box. Down here, got a shot of all the weapons. Front shot, the painted completed kit. Back shot, showing off some of the features like the marking decals, thruster pods, the gold trim on the chest, beam sabers, thrusters on the legs, skirt armor, propellant tanks, and a tiny figure full frontal. Up here on the top, pretty much the same box art that was on the front. And over here on the side, a little bit of information about the kit, and a little bit of information about the Gundam Unicorn novels. This kit was actually released before the anime had even started, and it retails for 7,000 Japanese yen. So let's see if I can get this box open without knocking my camera over. It's a very, very large box. Almost as big as Full Armor Unicorn's box. Let's see, what's the best way to set this up? There we go. Alright, first runner of parts are black. Got the front of the shield there. So you can see you've got the little Neo Zeon symbol on the front. And basically these are all the black parts for the kit. All of the black parts on the wrists, on the chest, the knees, and on the feet. It's all there. And we've got a runner of clear yellow parts. It's got one of the beam swords, one beam axe, and one beam saber. The beam saber looking very, very nice, I think. Beam axe as well. And the behind that is obviously a runner of inner frame parts. Got the hip joint there, knee joint, there's the lower legs. Mainly parts for the legs on here. And we get a duplicate bag. Got the other beam sword, other beam axe on the other beam saber, and all the inner frame parts for the other leg. Next is a runner of red parts. Got parts for the shield here, the lower legs there. We got these thruster parts are going to be on the sides of the legs. Flip that over, we got a runner of gray parts for the beam rifle and a grenade launcher. I think that's pretty much it on here. Beam rifle and grenade launcher are molded in a slightly darker gray than the inner frame. There's a runner of red parts and a little yellow bag. You see contains 4 springs. Those are going to go for the energy cables that go around Sinanju's waist. There's the parts for the head right there, partially covered up by the yellow bag, unfortunately. Back skirts, front skirts here, some parts for the backpack. And the teeny tiny little figure of full frontal. Here we get 2 identical runners of red parts. Parts for the backpack, arms, side skirts. I don't think there's any leg parts in here, just arms and backpack. And the one side skirt part there. Yet another bag of red parts. This time for the legs. Here's the thighs, parts for the lower leg, parts for the feet, knee armor, and 2 identical runners. Okay, 2 small runners of white parts. All we needed in white was the propellant tanks and the ends of the thruster pods right there. That's 2 runners. And yet again, 2 identical runners. This time, we get all the thrusters that are going to be on the kit, and all the energy cable segments. And again, these are in a slightly darker gray than the inner frame parts. Alright, so we get all the yellow parts for the kit, basically all the teeny tiny little thrusters that are going to be located throughout Sinanju. And then a few clear green parts. It's a very, very light clear green. The cockpit, since the cockpit does use Psycho frame, it's molded in clear. And the mono eye and 2 scopes that are going to go on the beam rifle. Alright, so more inner frame parts. Got the waist section here. Very, very large, almost as big as Sotheby's waist section. Got the back skirts there, front skirts, parts for the torso. Very nicely detailed, by the way. And then just miscellaneous stuff for the rest of the inner frame. Here we got the back side of the shield, as well as the underside of the thrusters that go on the sides of the legs. There's the hands right there. It's got the same hands as Zaku 2.0. There's the inner frame for the head. One last bag. It's going to contain more inner frame parts. There's inner frame for the backpack here, side skirt. It's going to contain parts for the beam axes. And some inner frame parts for the arms here. There's a shoulder joint, shoulder armor, forearms down here. And that's going to be 2 identical runners. Now, for decals, there we go. Sinanju has quite a few decals. What we're going to be getting is a sheet of dry transfer decals for the markings. All those little white markings that are all over Sinanju, every single one of those is a dry transfer. We don't get any clear stickers for this kit at all. Behind that, you'll see a sheet of gold foil stickers. That's going to be for all the gold lining that's all over Sinanju. But Bandai actually gives us 2 options for that. You can use the gold foil stickers, which honestly probably won't look all that great, or Bandai gives us gold water slide decals for the gold lining. And I'm not sure if I'm actually going to use these or just paint the gold on, but I really, really like the shade of gold they use for these. I think it's a really nice gold, which is kind of why I'm tempted to actually use these. But we'll see whenever I get around to building it. And last but not least is, of course, the instruction manual. Got a shot of the kit on the front there. Open it up, we get some very, very nice color line art for Sinanju, illustrated by Kotoki himself, as well as some CAD images of the model kit in production. Some more pictures of the model kit, as well as some more production shots down at the bottom. A little bit of info about the Gundam Unicorn novels. And we start off with a parts rundown and construction. Now, usually in a master grade manual there's a color insert towards the middle of the manual, but for Kotoki kits they put the color pages in the front. double fold out page here. And there you go. And of course the last 2 pages are dedicated to the decals. So be prepared to spend quite a lot of time for the decals on this kit. And we get a small color guide up here at the top. So that about does it for the unboxing video of Master Grade Sinanju. And with that, I'll see you guys next time.